All right, guess who is within 5 weeks of their weight goal, has lost 64.7 pounds in 22 weeks with no exercise? Yep, this guy. Hi everyone, my name is Chris Martin. Welcome to Keto with me. So if you're new to my channel, then you might not know my starting weight. My starting weight was 234.4 pounds just 22 weeks ago on February 1st, 2023. So my current weight is actually 169.7, and you might be surprised to find out that I don't know exactly what my goal weight is. I know that it's probably between 150 and 160. I didn't really come up with like, I've got to be 155. If I based it off of BMI, I would have to go down to like, I think 140 something to be in the middle of my range, which basically is saying that I still have almost like 20 something pounds to lose. I feel like there's not even 27 pounds to lose. I mean, if you could see me, I got a little bit of a, belly here, and some, weight between, like my thighs, but not like anything significant that I feel like is going to be, like I can lose all the way down to that. So I'll know it when I know it, but I do know that it's within about, based on the 2 or 3 pounds a week I'm losing, it's within, either 4, 5, and maybe 6 weeks out. But 5 seem to be about what I'm estimating. So we'll see. One thing that I really want to convey is that, weight loss is like one small part of the benefits that you get from following a ketogenic diet, and also, and fasting. We're talking about the, weight loss. I just want you to, just weight loss is this much of it. And you might ask yourself, well, what are the other benefits? Well, in the diary series, I like literally put every single detail, every little thing that, changed with me, like getting through the brain fog, blood glucose, coming from the 110s down into, averaging in the 70s, no longer headaches, mood swings and stuff that you get from sugar. I'm sure I could probably, if I just thought about it a little bit, you're like, do you have brain fog now? No, there's just so many benefits I can't remember it all. But another thing that the diary series shows you is that, well, first of all, I recorded every day for 35 days straight and put a video out with every single detail. And then I took it down to 3 times a week and then once a week. But no matter what, from the beginning till now, and even till the end of when I decided to end the series, every food I ate, every gram of fat, every carb of, grams, every protein grams, everything I did, pictures and all, so you can see the foods I'm eating, the whole 9 yards are in the diary series. Now, some of those videos can be a little long, like 10, 15 minutes. So I created a results series that kind of summarized it, but I didn't start that results series, I think, until like, week 6, which is like once a week. The important thing is that, if you want to see the see those improvements in sleep and kind of see where I started to, benefit from them, they're in there. Like actually within 4 or 5 days, my sleep started to improve. Now it took about 3 or 4 weeks for it to really improve. And then, everything else as my sugars and everything else come into check. It's just, amazing what, keto can do for you, what fasting can do for you, and what, sticking to your plan and tracking will do for you. Don't get me wrong, there's flexibility in there, but it really does work, folks. Oh, and 0, 0, 0 exercise. I have to stress that. Weight is lost in the kitchen, not in the gym, and this is 100% proof, that it works that way. So, since launch, on February 1st, I started out, like I said, with the diary series videos, added the results video series. I added in a topic series, which is basically where I talk about general topics like macros and things like that. And then, I had someone reach out to me and say, hey, I really want you to mentor me. So I created a mentor series. So if you get a chance to go and check out Jamie's success, he's, we do a weekly video with him. He follows, I'm guiding you, I'm coaching him all the way through it. He started at 327. He started at 318 with me, but we had a talk and he started a couple weeks before, and he He went from 327 to 283 in just 10 weeks. Now, he's only been with me 8 weeks of it, and he started at about 318 there and got to 283. So, he's doing exactly the same thing I did. I started him out low carb, and then I started adding elements of keto, and then now he's a full-on ketoer. So if you want, check out his series, check out my diary series, check out the results series. All right, so what's next, right? So I said I'm coming up to my goal weight. Everybody does keto to lose weight. Once I end my diary series, I'm going to move on to something next, which we'll talk about here in a moment. But I wanted to dangle a carrot. So because, if you've watched any of my videos, you'll see that, I do these, profile pictures and side pictures and stuff. And you can see where even in my t-shirt, how much I've lost. If you look at the first videos and you look at these, you're just like, wow, that's a lot of weight. Well, for the wrap-up video, I'm going to do, before and afters, shirt on and shirt off. Whew, big breath. Because, when you're saying, hey, I'm going to put myself on the internet with no shirt on, I don't care if you're a guy or not, it's just like, whew, it's out there for everybody to see, especially that before picture, which kind of is wow, just says a lot. So after I wrap up that series, you can get to see me like with, half naked basically, and huge amount of progress. You'll get to see the little bit of loose skin that I have, because one benefit of doing fasting, you get autophagy, and then, I would have significantly more loose skin had I not been doing, fasting along the way and doing some long fasts. Now, I'm going to continue I'm doing keto. I may have to raise my carbs a little bit because, I don't want to keep losing. I want to gain. I'll probably have to increase my intake. I don't know exactly what that landscape looks like, but I'm hoping you'll stick around for the next series. The next series, I'm going to do fasting, I'm going to do keto, but guess what? I'm finally going to add some exercise in after I get to my goal weight. I'm going to do a weekly video. If you watched any of my diary series, I've talked a lot about the P90X3, which I've done multiple times, but back like, 3 or 4 years ago. I absolutely love it, but I purposefully, like I said, steer clear of doing exercise just to prove that you can do this without any exercise. But come watch me, start, molding my body, for the next part of what I want to do as far as my transformation is concerned. Of course, I'm going to continue to mentor Jamie and maybe perhaps others. So you're going to see him transform over the next 6 months. He's still got significant amount of weight loss, so he'll be active on it, and we'll be doing our weekly videos on that. The great news is by no longer filming the diary and the results series is that I will have an opportunity to do more topic type of videos, like I want to do recipe videos. I'm going to share the stuff that my wife and I cook and stuff like that. I was even kind of like kicking around, maybe I would do a podcast, but I really got to get, started on the next chapter, and it's very, very, very important to mention that in about 6 months, I've completely transformed myself. I was dedicated, I stuck with it. And it's very important to point out that, I'm not like perfect at this. I look to others. I mean, my whole diary series shows you that I go out and I watch other people's, YouTube videos. Anyone knows I'm a huge fan of Dr. Boz, Dr. Barry, and there's just tons and tons and tons of support out there to help you get into keto. It's very important to understand keto is not low carb, it's low carb, high fat. So if you watch me, I started out purposefully low carb because I wanted to ease myself in, but boom, it was like within 2.5 weeks I was already adding the high fat and getting the benefits of that. So there are ways to get into ketosis, there are ways to do this, and I just want to say it's very, very doable. All right, one more thing I want to say before I wrap this up. I mentioned that I'm mentoring a guy named Jamie. Well, Jamie and I are going to, that's my drum roll, by the way. It kind of sucks, but we're going to Keto Pa-LOU-Za, which is basically a keto conference. Next year I want to go to KetoCon, but Keto Pa-LOU-Za in Louisville, Kentucky. It's in October. The event runs from October 6th, 7th, and 8th, but Jamie and I will be down there on the 7th and 8th, which is like Saturday and Sunday. Dr. Boz will be there. Dr. Barry will be there. You know, you should see a link up here that, you know, kind of shows you what website to go to. You know, if you want to come down, you know, we'll be walking around. We're not like, you know, we don't have an exhibit or anything like that. We're going to be just like you if you come down and mingle and get the swag and all this other stuff. So, you know, maybe you'll just walk by and go, wow, that's the guy that does this. You know, I'm not famous or anything, and I'm not, you know, like trying to get there. What I'm saying is if you're there, don't hesitate to come up, because we'll definitely talk to you. All right, that's it for my channel update video. Thanks for taking time to watch it with me. Please like and subscribe so you can keto with me, see me, you know, go from one series to the next series, follow Jamie, you know, follow whatever, put your comments on there and so forth. So as always, if you have any comments or questions, you can leave them down below. Just remember, nobody's perfect. Be a coach, not a critic, and take care, folks.